Welcome back to another video. My name's Jackson. Today we're going to be doing a underdog draft for you guys just to see, kind of how I process through everything. We'll do a best ball mania, 20 seconds per pick, and let's just hop right into it. Got loaded into a draft. We are drafting from the 4 spot to start. I like that spot. Should be a good draft, and let's go. All right, the draft is started. Picking from the 4 spot. I'd like Puka to be there, but if not, we'll go Jamar. I'm figuring I'll get one or the other. But mostly we're just going to be going through thought process and my picks and maybe some other players I want to touch on for this video. Might be a little extra long just because of how long the draft takes, but I may cut it off before the end when we're drafting kind of no-name players at the end. All right, well, Puka falls to us right here. We'll go ahead and take him, not overthink it. And yeah, I need to change the background to the dark mode. The dark mode, I think, makes it look way better. Jonathan Taylor, that's kind of early for him. Over McCaffrey at least. JSN. See who he goes with. We might have a running back fall to us, but we'll see. CMC, Amon-Ra. Let's go to the board. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that looks way better. Jefferson, Lamb, James Cook. I feel like Lamb has kind of been, I don't know, interesting for me. I've been taking a lot of them just because I think their offense is going to be so good, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are letting him fall. I think I was doing one, I was in the 12 spot and I got him at the 12 spot, which I mean, it's not a huge difference from the 10 to the 12, but kind of makes a little bit of a difference. Omarion, Saquon, Achan, Genty. That's a little late for Genty. It's pretty good value. I was doing the draft earlier. Genty went at the 106, maybe 105. AJ Brown, Kenneth Walker. All right, we gotta go back. See where we're maybe. I mean, might not happen, but if Chase Brown falls to us, that'd be pretty cool. Let's see how this builds out. And of course, there goes Chase Brown. Brock Bowers goes. Derrick Henry goes. Wow. All right. Well, we already have Puka. Let's go Drake London. Same bye week, but that's okay. And we're gonna be up here quick again. Nico goes. I don't have a whole lot of Drake London, so that's why I kind of wanted to take him that time over Pickens. I'm not really a huge fan of Nico this year, but I like Pickens. I like Devonta Smith. So I just don't have a whole lot of Drake London, so I just wanted to dabble in that a little bit. There goes McBride and Pickens. Man, McBride's interesting this year. I saw something like about he ran the most routes by like 100 routes last year, just because of they were throwing so much last season. All right, do we lean into 0 RB for sure, or do we just snag one up here? Because it's gonna be a little bit till it comes back to us. I think we just gotta go Kyron, and maybe we'll snag a Matt Stafford later for a stack. That would be nice if we could get Stafford later. Don't want to put all my chips on the Rams, but it's a pretty good team to put a lot of chips on for sure. Zay, Rashi, Chris Olave. Chris Olave had been falling a little bit. When I first started doing some drafts, he was going around the like 2-3 turn, I feel like. At least a little earlier. Igbuka's been rising like crazy. Josh Allen, a little late, but still a third rounder. All the other QBs are later. This guy doesn't even have a running back yet. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how he plays this out. Puka, Drake, and Kyron. He goes Neighbors. He's got Omarion and McConkey. Could be a sick duo to have this year. And now he's got 3 running backs. Interesting. Javonte. See, who do I want to come back to me? Maybe we go Scatabo if he falls to us. Or maybe shoot for upside with like one of these, like Travion or Tootin. Bucky said apparently he's good to go for camp. That came out yesterday. So that's, I guess that's definitely good news. But, okay, well there goes Jacobs and Scatabo. I think I'm gonna go wide receiver here. And then we'll shoot for an upside running back. Let's go Burden. Why not? I like the upside. Probably a little more risky, but I like the upside for sure. And if he pops off this year, then this team's probably going to be pretty good because that wide receiver core is pretty good. But we're going to need to shoot for upside at RB a little bit here when it gets back to us. Who just went off? Terry, Mike Evans. Okay. There goes Travion. Maybe we go Tootin or Bucky. I'd say they pretty good upside for both of them. I'm not in love with Bucky, but thinking Tootin if he falls to us here. Jameson Williams goes there. Let's see what you're gonna do, Jay Fish. And he goes Judkins. Yeah, I'm gonna go Tootin. He's in good offense, explosive running back. Liam Cohen's gonna hopefully have him go off this year. That'd be pretty cool. go back to the board. DJ Moore goes. Man, he's got 4 wide receivers and no running backs so far. There goes Loveland. And this guy, MC Sports 6, has 3 running backs, 1 wide receiver, and a tight end. This guy's got 3 running backs, 1 wide receiver. Guido still didn't take a running back. Interesting. Oh. That was almost bad. All right, Bucky goes, Carnell Tate goes, Watson, Rome. Jordan Tyson. I like Jordan Tyson. I've been taking him a pretty good amount. We got Jadarion here. Who else is kind of in this range? Could go. I got Burden. Could go Caleb. I don't have too much of Caleb, honestly. And then maybe Matt Stafford later. Kind of like that. I kind of like that. Let's see who falls, because Jadarion just went. There goes Jaden Daniels, Parker Washington. All right, I'm going to go Caleb. Stack him with Burden. I think that's a good stack to start with. And we got 1 quarterback on locks. I at least want to walk away with 2 like really good starters, I would say. I think Caleb and Matt Stafford should be fine this year. Caleb, I mean, has pretty high upside. Matt Stafford's going to be on one of the best offenses in the league, so there's no doubt about that in my mind. Now, for running back, I like a little sneaky Jaylen Warren. A little sneaky Jaylen Warren, if it's possible. That would be nice. Let's see. Let's see what falls. Mekhi Lemon's here, QJ. I'm not in love with the wide receivers at this range. I mean, DK's my guy on my team, but like, sheesh. Do I want to take him? And Chuba goes, all right, we get Jaylen Warren. A little pass catching upside and split the bye weeks up pretty well. I like Jaylen Warren. He's a tough runner. You know, he's on my Steelers. A little bit of bias there, but I like Jaylen Warren. I think he's underrated for sure. I think the offense is going to be a lot better than people think. Now, you know, he has to share backfield with Rico Dowdle, but I think they have their own roles, and I think Jaylen Warren is going to be more like the pass catching and the early down work. So I could see maybe Rico Dowdle being like more of a goal line guy, but if Jaylen Warren can get the passing work and then like the early work, man, he could be pretty good this year. All right, we got Stafford coming up soon, so we may need to pull him up just to get him. And I don't really want to take an Atlanta quarterback. I mean, I'm not saying we have to get a double stack, but a double stack with Chicago and the Rams would be pretty cool. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. Corum is still there, but we have Kyron, so I don't want to do that. I'll throw these guys on the queue just in case. And then the wide receivers are kind of nobodies. The Bears. Anungai. And that's really it I would take, really. 5 picks away. Who'd we just miss? Tucker Kraft goes, Ramondre, Dak, DK, Addison, Pierce. Okay, we do need to think about tight end as well. No tight ends really in this range right here. I could go Manungai and then Matt Stafford. But I don't really want to take a... I kind of want Josh Downs here, if it's possible. Or Ricky P, either one I'd be okay with. Josh Downs, I think, has a lot of upside. We have a pretty good wide receiver room already. If he's running routes, man, I like Josh Downs this year. I think he's gonna step up into the big role. You know, Michael Pittman Jr. is gone. Alec Pierce is kind of dealing with an injury, so we don't really know what their wide receiver is really looking like. If Daniel Jones is healthy and, you know, somewhat efficient, and we can get like a decent offense this year, man, I think Josh Downs could be huge for them. All right, hopefully Matt Stafford can fall here to us. He's down there a little bit. It's always the hardest when you want, you know, you want a specific player, and it's just like, man, are they gonna fall to me? So we'll see. All right, Jay Fish. He doesn't have a quarterback or a tight end. There goes Dart. All right, I'm going Stafford. Bang. Let's go back to the board. We got a while till we're up again. All right, there goes Jordan Love, Kyle Monangai, Ricky P, Jacoby Myers, Dobbins. There goes Goff, Wandale. All right, recap my team a little bit. We got Puka at the 1-4, Jake London at the 2-9, Kyron at the 3-4, Burden at the 4-9, Tootin at the 5-4, Caleb at the 6-9, Jalen Warren at the 7-4, Josh Downs at the 8-9, and Matt Stafford at the 9-4. I like my squad, man. I think that's a well-rounded squad. It's coming back to us now, so we'll see. I think my quarterbacks are fine. This is probably going to be a 3 tight end team. And who do we want here? Need to think about tight end for sure. I've been taking a lot of Kenny Gainwell, man. I think they paid him for a reason down there in Tampa. Jonathan Brooks, he's been getting a lot of hype. I do have a lot of Kenny Gainwell. Let's see who falls here. Maybe he will. And he does not. Okay. Let's go JCM. I thought he had a pretty solid rookie season. Like 800 yards last year. People are overlooking him, I think, in my opinion. I mean, they brought in Rashad White for freaking $1 million or $2 million. I think there's going to be some competition in that backfield. I think he's got, you know, a lot of talent. He got all the hype last year. He's not really getting that much hype this year. So we'll see. I need to go tight end here for sure, though. It's going to be a 3 tight end team. I want to take a Ram late for the stack. Got Kincaid, Ferguson, Likely, Kelsey's here. There goes Kelsey. There goes Ferg. All right. Let's go. I mean, maybe with this Malik Neighbors stuff, like, likely is it, but I'm gonna go Kincaid. Probably a little more safe with this team right now, just because that was my first tight end. Get a little floor play. And then we got 14 picks till we're back up. Dobbs goes, Concepcion. Yeah, I mean, Brooks is climbing day by day. There goes Baker. I like Shuck this year. I've been taking a lot of them. I think Kellen Moore just runs so many plays, and there's going to be so many opportunities. He's got pretty good weapons with Olave and Tyson. I think he's in a good situation. I think they'll be pretty competitive this year. I like Shuck. I've been taking him. Man, his running backs were Dobbins, Mason, Tracy. He went real 0 RB. I mean, I don't really think I went 0 RB, but I definitely, that's crazy 0 RB. Probably the rest of his picks are gonna have to be running backs, except for maybe, oh, he goes Goddard. All right, we're coming up here again. Let's see, Chig is a little interesting. He's been getting some love lately. Could think about going tight end again. I wouldn't mind going wide receiver because I got 4 and 4. But I don't really like the wide receivers right here. I mean, maybe Jawan or Denzel. I think I'm gonna go Chig. Is he by week 7 too, though? All right, that's fine because we got to take one more. We got to take one more tight end, anyways. It just can't be by week 7. It's gonna be a three tight end team anyway. Maybe like get like a Hawkinson or a Schultz later. Greg Dulcich, I don't mind. Like, I think Greg Dulcich might be second in the team in targets in Miami. Oh, I can take Terrence Ferguson. I forgot about them for my stacks. But I'm not going to take them yet. Their ADP is 188. We're at 147 right now. I think I'm going to go wide receiver here. Man, this area kind of sucks. Nah, I'm gonna go running back, and we'll get Woody Marks, pass catcher. I don't hate it, but not in love with it either. Go back to the board. How many picks we got left? We got 5 picks. Yeah, 5 picks left. I'm thinking this is gonna be a 2-6. Probably 2-6-7-3. Is that the right amount? 2 and 6 would be 8. 7 would be 15. 3 would be 18. So yeah, I mean that makes sense. 2-6-7-3. I'd like to take one of those Rams tight ends for the stack. And, you know, Sean McVay loves to use his tight ends. Fernando Mendoza goes. Kenyon Sadiq. I think they'll use him in the slot. I think the Jets might be, they're going to be bad, but I think they might use Sadiq more as like a receiving weapon. Like, he's a hell of an athlete, so it'd be interesting, but I don't mind him. He's just being taken really late in these drafts because the Jets aren't going to be very good. They already got a pretty crowded wide receiver room already, but all right, we need to take some receivers here. I'm going to go Stribling. I like Stribling. Been getting a little overlooked because of where he got drafted, but he's in a good situation. I mean, it's going to be Mike Evans, Ricky P, Stribling, Christian Kirk. So there is a little bit of competition, but they may let the rookie go. I don't hate it. He's an interesting prospect. I saw something today that Underdog posted. An insider said that Stribling was actually one of the top wide receivers for a lot of teams, including the Rams. The Rams had him up there, one of the top wide receivers in the draft. But when the draft happened, everyone was so shocked about Stribling being drafted that high. It was a shock for people. All right, who do we want to go here? Debo hasn't signed, which is so annoying. Could go Zachariah, Jeremy. Do I risk it and just go tight end? It's a little, there's wide receivers thin, man. Maybe I go Debo and hope he signs. I've been seeing possibly the Raiders, maybe back to Washington. I mean, he's got to play, right? Like, he wasn't even bad last year. I'm going to go Debo. I don't take a whole lot of him just because he hasn't signed yet, but if he signs, his ADP is going to go way up, so might as well get a little bit of him. And now we're at a 2.562. I'd like to get either Parkinson or Ferguson. Claire is like, yeah, there's no shot. Probably I'm drafting Claire, but I'd like to get Ferguson or Parkinson, one of them. And hopefully Debo signs here soon. All right, recap my team a little bit. We got Puka, Drake London, Kyron Williams, Luther Burden, Bashaw Tootin, Caleb Williams, Jalen Warren, Josh Downs, Matt Stafford, JCM, Dalton Kincaid, Chico Conquo, Woody Marks, Deshaun Stribling, Debo Samuel, and then we're about to come up. We got 3 more picks left. And Sean Tucker is pretty interesting. Oh, there goes one of my tight ends, Ferguson. Almost made it back to me. Where's Parkinson? Can I wait on him? Yeah, I think I can wait on him. I think I'm going to go Sean Tucker and Jeremy Bernard if it's possible. Let's see. All right, here goes Wicks. I'm going to go Sean Tucker. And then that's it on running backs. He gets a lot of goal line touches, man. there was a stat, it was like last year inside the 5, he got every single one of them, and like Rashad White and Bucky Irving got like not many at all. I don't even, it might be a 0. I'd have to find the stat again. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I saw something like his inside the 5, inside the 10, like just the amount he's on the field and like getting carries is insane. I've been taking a decent amount of Jeremy Bernard, just a little bit of Pittsburgh bias, but I think, you know, if the offense is rolling, man, he could be a big part of it. A little shifty second rounder this year from Alabama. Watched his film. I liked his feet. I liked this, you know, his route running. He's versatile, pretty solid hands, good speed, and really, I don't really like any other receiver in this range. I mean, maybe Elijah Surratt, Mooney, if Malik Neighbors isn't going to be on the field, but I don't want to take Mooney too much. All right, I like that. We got Caleb, Matt Stafford, Kyron Williams, Bayshaw, Tootin, Warren, JCM, Woody Marks, Sean Tucker, Puka, Drake London, Luther Bird, and Josh Downs, Stribling, Deebo Samuel, Jeremy Bernard, Dalton Kincaid, Chiga Kwankwo, and hopefully we can get Colby Parkinson to fall to us here for the last pick of the draft. By week 7 for tight end might be a little interesting, but by week 11 for wide receiver, running backs are they're all spread out, so that's good. And then quarterbacks, I think we're pretty good. I like this team, man. I think it went pretty well. I think quarterbacks are solid. That's why I didn't go 3, and they have different bye weeks, so that's huge. And I think Caleb and Matt Stafford are going to be rock solid this year. Got the stack with Caleb and Luther Burden. Got the Matt Stafford, Kyron Williams, and Puka, and hopefully Colby Parkinson stack here. So that is a big Rams-Bears draft that we got going on here. Which, 2 teams that are probably going to be pretty good this year. Bears, it's going to be hard to replicate what they did last year. But I still think they're going to be really good with Ben Johnson in that offense. Wow. And, of course, Parkinson goes. That's nuts. All right, well, who do we want? I need another tight end. Maybe we go Jake Tongas because Kittle might not be ready. Haven't taken him at all this year, but we just took him now. That was crazy. Well, can't have them all. Just to recap the team again: Caleb Williams, Matt Stafford, Kyron Williams, Bayshaw Tootin, Jalen Warren, JCM, Woody Marks, Sean Tucker, Puka Nacua, Drake London, Luther Burden, Josh Downs, Stribling, Deebo Samuel, Jeremy Bernard, Dalton Kincaid, Chiga Kwankwo, and Jake Tongas to round out the draft. It started at the 104, but that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to do a draft with you guys and hope you guys enjoyed. If you're new around here, make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.